All right, so you're looking to buy a home, but you also need to sell your home that you're in before you can move on to the next stop. How does that process look? What's the best step for you to take? Stick around, we're gonna get into that today. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Thanks so much for joining us. And as I said, today we're really going to get into the process of what it looks like when you have to sell your home in order to buy your next home. We'll go through some of those scenarios of buying and selling at the exact same time. Before we deep dive into that, I do want to welcome you here to the channel. And if you've never been to this channel before, I want to welcome you here. We do cover all things real estate here in the state of Maine, particularly in the central Maine market. If that is of interest to you and adds value to your process in the buying or selling of homes, or if you're just simply interested in what's going on the market here in central Maine, particularly, please do me a favor, go ahead and like this video, hit the subscribe button, knock that little alarm bell, you'll be notified every time we put out new content. All right, so we're gonna jump right in here. So you have a house to sell and you want to buy another home. Now, let me go through a couple of scenarios that are probably unlikely, but are the most advantageous if they can apply to you. So the first would be that you're actually able to go out and buy your second home while staying in the first home and not worrying about when that home sells. Now the problem with that is that most people, that's just not a possibility. A lot of people are going to need the down payment from the sale of the first home. They're going to need to be able to make a second mortgage payment in order to get the financing for that second home they want to buy. They need to sell the first one to qualify. So this is going to be an option that, while it is a wonderful option for those that can afford it, it is just simply not really an option that's going to be available to most people who are looking to buy a home and sell one at the same time. All right, so the next option that would be the next kind of best and easiest option in some markets would be to sell your home that you have now, sit on the cash for a little bit, go rent a place for the short term while you are waiting to go back into the market and buy the home that you're looking for. Or perhaps you could rent back after the sale of the home that you're in now, do like a 30 to 60 day rent back. Sometimes that is something that you can negotiate at the time of the sale of your home, particularly in a seller's market. Now, what would be the downfall of that? Well, the downside to renting, whether you're renting an apartment or whether you're renting your own home back after you sell it, is that you might find out that when you get into the market, you're just not finding that home that you've been looking for. If that happens, you're gonna start running out of time real quick, and unless you can get an extension of the lease or the rental agreement, it could be hard. You still might find yourself without a place to stay, sitting on all that cash while you're looking for some place to buy. Now, I wanna drop a tip in here, especially if you are going to need financing after you sell your home and buy the next home. And that tip is please, please, please get involved with the lender early in the process, because the lender is going to be a key figure in this process of buying and selling at the same time. They're going to have some key advice for you, and you really want to get out there and get pre-approved for your next mortgage with the information from the sale of your first before you go out and start looking at homes. The worst thing that you could do is go to the realtor and say, hey, look, I just found this home. I'm really interested in going to look at it. I really want to buy it. And the realtor is going to ask you, hey, what's going on with the home that you're in now? Has it listed for sale? A little tip on the front end here, your lender is going to be a key figure in this if you are going to need financing. So I would suggest that early on in the process, even maybe as you're listing the home that you're going to sell, get the lender involved, get your pre-approvals ready, get all the financial questions out of the way before you start looking at homes, because the last thing you want is to get your home in escrow, you have it for sale, and then find out after that you actually can't afford the kind of house that you thought you were going to be moving into. So you want to get those questions answered ahead. The other thing is you want to make sure that your home is already listed for sale, preferably in escrow, when you start to go look for homes on the market. Why do I say that? Well, it's an incredibly competitive seller's market right now. So if you're out on the market and you put an offer in and it's contingent upon you having to sell your home that you're going to be moving out of, and it's not even listed yet, you're going against offers that could be cash, could be full finance, whatever it is, people who are ready to move at the time the sellers are ready to close. So the one big takeaway from this video, and we're gonna keep on this theme, is that you really want to have your home listed ahead of time, preferably under contract in escrow, then start looking for those homes that you're ready to put contracts on. Ultimately, at the end of the day, the best case scenario for you is going to be a buyer contingent upon selling your home. That's what it's called when you're selling your home and you're out trying to buy a home, and the two have to go hand in hand. You're going to be a buyer contingent upon selling your home. So the first thing you want to do is meet with your realtor, get your home listed, preferably get it into escrow, and then be talking to your lender. And all of this is going on at once. So you're kind of moved and you're in the market and you're ready to purchase. Now, another scenario that could take place, and it really used to be frowned upon a lot, it is somewhat happening now, but it's still not really your best case scenario, is to be a seller that's contingent upon buying a home. That would be you're selling your home, and when buyers are putting contracts on your home, their contract is going to be contingent on you finding a home on the other end. Now, even in this tough market, you might have a little more flexibility, but there's still going to be a lot of buyers. Especially remember, these buyers have been anxious. There's a lot of pent-up buyer demand. They've been on the market for a long time. A lot of them have their own conditions behind whatever's going on with them and their agent, their financing, especially with increasing rates right now. It would have to be the right buyer that's willing to wait and willing to gamble that you're going to find the right home in exactly the amount of right time, or they could just be waiting months while you're out selecting a home. Meanwhile, they're wondering if they're actually going to get to buy your home. That's a way to really lose a lot of contracts if you're doing that. I've seen it here and there. It's not really as common as being a buyer that's contingent upon selling the home, because it's just getting that sale lined up behind you, which in this market, there's a lot of comfort level with that, because in this market, everyone knows that if your house is halfway decent, if it's priced right, marketed right, it's going to sell. And that's why we say you really want to have it in escrow to give you the strongest contract possible, because you're going to be going up against a lot of other offers out there. And when you're going up there, you might even want to get more aggressive on other things, other contingencies, financing terms, things like that. Because if you're not, remember, they're getting offers from people who don't have to sell a home. So you want to make that offer as strong as possible. At least, the best advice, give them the peace of mind of having your house on the market in escrow. Then you put your offer in on those homes that you like. It's going to make your offer the strongest offer that you can have, and it's going to make it so that things are likely to move a lot more smoothly and quickly from one end to the other, and you're going to have your cash on hand and your down payment and everything that you need from the sale of the house that you're in. So ultimately, the big piece of advice here is, guys, is get a real estate agent involved early in this process, someone that you know, someone that you trust. If you are in Central Maine, feel free to hit me up. I'd be happy to work with you anytime on this stuff, or at least just answer your questions. If you are not in the Maine real estate market, you're out of state, you just happen to be catching this video, hit me up, shoot me a message. I would still be very happy to send you over to a referral partner in any place. I work with people in my network all over the country who are trusted professionals that I know can get you across the finish line. Same if you're looking for a lender, and particularly here in the state of Maine, if you want a lender to work with, get them involved early. If you don't know a lender that you want to work with, shoot me a message and I will send over a referral to you as well on that end. All right, that's really it, guys. Really quick video today. Just really want to stress, because there's a lot of you out there who are trying to buy a home, sell a home at the same time. The big takeaways are, talk to your lender, talk to your realtor early, get them involved in the process, let them help you and guide you, plan the whole process, and make sure the house is listed, it's in escrow, you're on the market, you're ready to go before you go and look to buy a home. That is the best case scenario. So thanks so much for sticking around to the end of this video. As always, I appreciate your time as well as your support. And until next week, I'll see you next time.